Okay, so, oh wait, this is the wrong one. Hold on. This one. There we go. Okay, so here's another battle. So I made a couple changes. I was seeing that I wasn't bringing Steelix a lot, and he had similar weaknesses to Tyranitar, and Aerodactyl wasn't bringing a lot either. So I switched out Steelix for Mawile for a couple reasons. One, Mawile has Hyper Cutter, so Intimidate doesn't affect as much. I was really thinking about Charizard when I was making these changes. Mega Charizard Y has been very difficult to deal with. Especially, there's an Incineroar partner, there's a Garchomp partner. I have heard that Lycanroc Dusk does really well. I was doing some calcs, and Accelerock usually KOs, and even if they invest a little bit of bulk, it almost always KOs, whereas Rock Slide always KOs. But if they have an Incineroar that intimidates, then it's no longer guaranteed. Even Rock Slide no longer. And so I was just trying to think of what can I do, and so I had the idea of Mega Mawile, because Mega Mawile has very strong attack. I checked the speed tier, and if I give him 31 stat points in speed, they have that same 101 speed stat where I can either go Trick Room or I can Tailwind to be faster. The 101 with Tailwind makes Pokemon faster than Aerodactyl or other 130 base speed. So instead of Aerodactyl, I wanted a priority Tailwind, so I decided to go with Whimsicott. And another reason was I wanted Whimsicott to also have Trick Room. So I have another Trick Room setter. If there are other Whimsicott that they want to go for Tail Room, I can Trick Room them, kind of like a fake out Tailwind. So that's why I made the change for now. I considered giving Tyranitar, making him Mega, but I didn't really have another physical, or I wasn't sure of another attacker that would fill that spot. Then I thought of Mawile, but Mawile needs a Mega, so I gave Tyranitar Wide Lens to help with Rock Slide accuracy. That's really only he needs it for. Okay, so this opponent's team is Whimsicott, Staraptor, most likely Mega, Garchomp, Sylveon, Charizard, again most likely Y, and then King Gambit. So like a basic Mega Charizard Y team with a Mega Staraptor and a Sylveon instead of a Mega Floette, which I'll take. But so I was really worried about the other Whimsicott. And again, my Whimsicott is max speed. I don't know if every Whimsicott's max speed, so I was worried about the speed tie. But of course you can go with Garchomp. Is either going to be Garchomp or Whimsicott. So that's why I decided to bring Mawile, Whimsicott, and then Cofagrigus. It's like Tyranitar and Klefki in the back, because I realized if I'm mostly going to use Tailwind instead of Trick Room.
Go downstairs. Take your purple blinky.
No.
Take your purple blinky downstairs.
Well, I was putting my daughter to sleep when I was recording this. I didn't know I was recording my mic. We'll see how this goes. Okay. So I was thinking, okay, I don't want to both do Trick Room, because if we both go Trick Room, their Charizard's going to go first. So I decided to Protect. I'm not going to Mega Evolve to preserve the Hyper Cutter ability, just in case they want to switch in Staraptor, and I go for Trick Room. So now Mega Charizard Y comes out. I Protect. Or Mawile protects. Charizard go for its Heat. Heat goes for Heat Wave. Mawile, of course, is protected. And it misses Whimsicott, which is nice. Oh, also I give Whimsicott Focus Sash. It's kind of standard. So I go for Trick Room, and then I realize, oh wait, his Whimsicott didn't do anything. Do they have Trick Room? And they do the Trick Room. So they reverse my Trick Room, which is kind of standard for Mega Mawile. I was thinking, okay, I wasn't sure what they're going to do next. Again, I was really afraid of the speed tie, because now they can encore me. So I just decided to go for it. Go Mega Evolve, Rock Slide, to take out Charizard. And I can consider switching? I don't know. But I go for Tailwind, hoping for the best. Okay, and then if there's a speed tie, then I won. Got the Tailwind off, which of course makes Mega Mawile. Oh, and then the opponent Whimsicott does encore me into Tailwind. So again, if there's a speed tie, I got super lucky with that. The Rock Slide into Charizard. Knocks out the Charizard easy. Did knock down the other Whimsicott to 53%. It sounds like King Gambit. Now, I'm not afraid of King Gambit because it does, Steel and Dark moves. I don't care for Sucker Punches. So, I wasn't sure how much Playwork would do, but I was trying to think, should I take out the Whimsicott, take out the King Gambit? And again, I was afraid of being encored into the Rock Slide. So I just go for Play Rough into King Gambit and switch out Whimsicott into Klefki. And I was fat fingering the buttons. I couldn't kept hitting cancel instead of switching. Play Rough connects, takes King Gambit down to 38, which is nice. Okay, and the Iron heads into the Klefki, which takes him down to a little above half, and then there Whimsicott Trick Room, so now I'm slower. But again, I'm not really afraid of this King Gambit. So I'm deciding, should I take out Whimsicott? And that's what I go for. It's like, before this Whimsicott does any more shenanigans, I'm going to take it out. Then I'm going to use Reflect from Klefki to just reduce King Gambit's damage. Reflect comes up. And King Gambit uses Iron Head on Mawile, takes it down about a third. Not bad. Moonblast out of the Whimsicott brings me down to 50 HP, about like a third, 33%. Iron Head takes out the Whimsicott. The last Pokemon is Staraptor. Now, at first I was afraid of a Mega Evolution, but he already Mega Evolved the Charizard Y before. So I'm not too worried about it. It does Intimidate, but Mawile has 210 attack, so I'm not really concerned about it. I check, I have one more turn of Tailwind, so I decide to stall it out. So Protect on Mawile, and then I use Sandstorm just to get some chip damage on the Staraptor, just kind of something. No, I use Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss would do more damage. Just on the King Gambit, just do chip on that. Because again, I was thinking that Staraptor might Mega Evolve. That's when I realized, like, oh wait, no, he already used Mega Charizard Y. So better just to try to take out the King Gambit. So Mawile protects. King Gambit uses Iron Head to protect. Cliff uses Draining Kiss to do a little bit of damage to King Gambit. And then Staraptor uses Close Combat onto Klefki, and hardly does anything. Of course, Close Combat lowers the defenses by 1. Tailwind's gone, which means I'm faster now because there's still 1 or 2 rooms of Trick Room. And I decide to Rock Slide. And I Drain and Kiss the King Gambit again. King Gambit is still faster, so he uses Iron Head on Mawile, brings me down to 9 HP. Draining Kiss takes King Gambit down to 13%. Rock Slide connects on both, brings Staraptor down to 2% and King Gambit down to 3%, which is just crazy. And then Start uses close combat again on the Klefki. Still hardly does anything. Defense is lower again. And then they forfeit. Which is crazy. I want to say that, well, not too crazy. I was going to say Trick Room ends right there. But even then, I still had 4 Pokemon. And they had 2 Pokemon with hardly any HP. So that was pretty intense. I'm glad that my first round with Whimsicott worked out. I chose Tyranitar as my starter, so I've always had it as part of the starting team I got. But I don't know. I just never used it. But I'm really glad it worked out so far. And it's only been 1 battle, and Mega Mawa was nice. I did think a few times, like, well, wouldn't it have been better just to have Tyranitar? He has a guaranteed Rock Slide, and he has Stab. But I guess I was worried about Whimsicott's Fairy move, or I guess I was, because Garchomp's Earthquake would have been super effective to both. So again, there's still a little bit of that overlay with both of them. But having Mawile really worked out, because I was able to Iron Head the Whimsicott. So we'll see how the next few games go with this updated team. And talk to you guys later.